So I know I'm not on a golf course, but I'm actually out for a run because I'm trying to get fit. I can't hope to get to a good level as a golfer unless I work on my fitness. And I ran plenty and I used to run a lot during the pandemic because I guess there wasn't much else to do that you could do and not be near other people. But anyway, that's what I'm trying to do. But it's actually taking me to a place, physically to a place now, which will allow me to just explain a little bit about what my day job is. So stay tuned. Let's see if I can get to the top of this hill. I do love walking along here because I'm right on the Carriage Hill now, or the Carriage Ridge, which is above Rayno, Bollington, Carriage, of course, and Macclesfield. It's in Cheshire. And when you look at this ridge from a distance, it really does look like there's a giant buried under the ground. But I do like coming up here. It really does help me to clear my mind, think of new things, and able to take in this amazing view. Look at this. Getting out of your normal environment and coming into the countryside, I think, is one way of freeing up your creative mind, because when it feels forced into creativity, it often shuts down. So an idea came to me on this very spot a few years ago because I was trying to find a way of describing my business, of maybe giving it a little catchphrase or a strap line, and I came up with the multi-story man to describe me and the strange way my mind works, because I collect things. I'm actually on the hunt for metaphors today. Most normal people would go on something like a truffle hunt or an Easter egg hunt. I go on a metaphor hunt, and I found loads on this particular walk, which I'll probably share in due course on LinkedIn. But no, that idea came to me because a lot of the time I'm helping people to see things in the everyday world which might have some significance that they can use metaphorically to make a presentation more interesting, to make a point in a more impactful way. But I want to bring this back to the golf for a moment. If you think about it, golf's a weird sport because it's very counterintuitive. It's like a game of opposites. So, for example, when you have a putt which is described as slow, the ball travels fast. And then conversely, when you've got a downhill putt, it kind of goes at like the speed of a snail by comparison. If you're a right-handed player and you want the ball to curve to the left, you've got to swing to the right. And then if you want the ball to curve to the right, you've got to swing to the left. It seems to make no sense. When you want the ball to go up, you've got to strike down. And we all know what happens when we try and lift the ball up in the air. It doesn't work too well. And woods are made of metal. So as the rain begins to fall at the end of this walk, it strikes me that there are some interesting parallels with all of this in areas other than golf. So for example, with business, if you have a business, you're keen to launch it, to get it out there, your instinct is to push hard and get it out in front of people. But you know what, sometimes you have to do the opposite. You have to go against your intuition and actually to focus more on taking an interest in people. So as my friend Will Kintish used to say, you become interesting by being interested. Sometimes in life you think you ought to be heading in one direction, and in fact you ought to be going the opposite way. So if you've enjoyed this bit of content and you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and I will see you on the next occasion on Golf 1660.